Recently, there is a news stating that Venezuela has lost its glaciers. Once upon a time, Venezuela used to have total 6 glaciers. How many? 6 glaciers. By 2011, only one glacier is left. By 2011, how many glaciers are left? One glacier is left, which means 5 glaciers has already disappeared. And after 2011, now by 2024, this one is also melting at rapid pace and demoted as an ice field. Now, finally, Venezuela doesn't have any glaciers right now. By this, Venezuela is likely to become the first country to lose its all glaciers. And there is also an article stating that it won't be the last. Let us look at the reasons. Why did Venezuela lose its glaciers? And also, who differentiates these ice caps and also glaciers? Coming to this, Humboldt Glacier used to be around 450 hectares. It means the Humboldt Glacier used to occupy 450 hectares of the land. But by 2024, now it is occupying around only 2 hectares of the land. It means you can see the significant amount of melting that has happened in past few decades. Now coming to the first question, who differentiates between this glaciers and also ice fields, and also who downgrades this glacier from ice field? This is US Geological Survey. According to US Geological Survey, any glacier which is occupying less than 10 hectares of land will be demotivated to ice field. Okay? This is the reason this glacier has demoted to ice field. And second question, what are the reasons for this? Firstly, let us look at Venezuela from the point of view of geography. Venezuela is located in South American continent. It is to the northern side of the South American continent and it is bordered by Colombia and Guyana. On top of it, there is Caribbean Sea. These glaciers are part of Andes mountain chain. This is the Andes mountain chain and let us look at what are the countries part of this Andes mountain chain. Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia and Venezuela. These are the countries which are part of this Andes mountain chain. Recently, from the last 7 decades, there is increase in temperatures in the area of Andes. It is around 1 degree centigrade. And second reason is persisting El Nino conditions in last few years. Coming to this El Nino conditions, let us look at the South American continent. In normal conditions, not in El Nino, in normal conditions, here there exists high pressure zone. And there are also presence of cold waters. And during El Nino, what happens is the warm waters from the Pacific Ocean moves towards the Peruvian coast and makes this waters warm. This leads to increased temperatures locally. Presence of El Nino from past several years has led to this. Let us look at impacts of this glacial melting. See, the most of this glacial melting has negative impacts on the ecosystem. So firstly, impacts. The first impact is freshwater. Glaciers consist of around 70 68% of freshwater. What happens with melting is this freshwater gets into the oceans. So we lose the freshwater resources present in the glaciers. And second one, global warming. Why? We all know the albedo. What is meant by albedo? Albedo is the reflecting capacity of the ice. Ice has very less albedo. It means the glaciers has very less amount of albedo. So now what happens is, with increased albedo, glaciers start melting and this process continues and inevitably leads to global warming. And third one, disasters. Like with melting of the ice or ice caps and glaciers, there will be increased amount of landslides observing, and we can also see the debris flowing, which could potentially cause risk to human life. Fourth one, changes weather patterns. What happens is, this glacier melts and this fresh water from glaciers gets into the oceans, which are salty waters and also warm waters. These cold waters and warm waters of the ocean currents get mixed up and changes the weather patterns. Specifically, Atlantic meridional overturning circulation changes. This lead to the changing weather patterns in all over the continents and the world. Next one being economy. You know this Himalayan region, most of this Himalayan region and the economy of there is dependent upon the glaciers. How? Let us ask this question. Because most of the activities of tourism and recreation happen there, and economy is also dependent on the tourism and recreation happening there. And this is also due to the rivers and lakes flowing from these Himalayan regions. With melting of these glaciers, these people specifically located in these Himalayan regions will lose the economic opportunities there. And sixth one being issues with culture. This melting of the glaciers and also associated with disasters have potential of completely wiping out the indigenous cultures. Seventh one, biodiversity. See, this is very important topic and this can be discussed in very big length. So coming to the biodiversity, what happens is the fresh water which is running from these glaciers goes to the ocean, right? Here, the ocean water is of different temperature and many species present in the ocean are sensitive to temperature and the alkalinity and salinity present there. So due to this reason, many species may go to extinction. Thank you.